on last week's show, I don't know if anybody noticed this or was keeping track, but and maybe the week before, we managed to go through the entire show without ever mentioning the C word, COVID. And I think we've all were waiting for that particular point, but unfortunately, here in Montgomery County, the county has raised it to what they call risk status from medium to medium from low. And this is a reflection that in May, by a variety of different metrics, the county had a six-fold increase from the number of cases compared with March. It's now up to around 500. So now I'm going to start with you, Nicole, because you work in healthcare. Should we be worried?
No, we should not be worried. The fact is, COVID is not going to go away. It's a virus. The flu, the common cold. We have adapted to lots and lots and lots of viruses. The problem that we find is, people are alarmed at increasing numbers, but you have to think, we're Marylanders. The first warm day, half the state was trying to go to Ocean City, or they were out in shorts and gardening and having picnics. The more that we kind of congregate together in larger groups, we're out and about, no one's masked, you're going to see an uptick. We're going to see another uptick in August after 4th of July festivities, but this is not the sky is falling. There's no reason to clutch the pearls and go running for quarantines. We're not doing that anymore. We're going to have to learn to adapt. And I think that's a lot of what's going to be coming for us very shortly here in Montgomery County, back to the mask.
Now, Nicole, I heard you mention before that your job had, I don't think I'm giving away any secrets here, had ordered a lot more masks. So
yes.
Tell us about that.
So healthcare, we still require people to mask when they come into the office, because we don't know if someone had tested positive at home and just did not report it to the state or report it to their doctor's offices, because now that's an option, right? But having that mask on will give some people, a little bit more confidence when they're out and about in groups, dining at restaurants, riding on public transportation. So we want to make sure that the people in our community who want to avail themselves of this safety precaution have it available to them. This for us is not political. For us, this is public health. And I think had this not become a political football during a contentious presidential cycle, we would be far, far more advanced with our COVID standings than we are now.
Well, let me respond to some of that back and forth and turn to Nancy. Now, some have suggested that at least for the fully vaccinated, and of course that's its own issue, but at least for the fully vaccinated, COVID compares to the flu. And obviously the flu can be dangerous under, when you have other illnesses or other factors. But do you agree with that comparison?
Well, I have to say, I know an increasing number of people who've been hit with COVID recently. My daughter and her whole family have been down and have been in quarantine for 10 days now. I had a booster shot and I had a bad reaction to it. I think, regrettably, this seems to be a way of life. And the question is really, are we all going to agree that, or be willing to accept the fact that we need to mask ourselves more? I volunteered at a nonprofit a couple of days a week, and it's a food distribution hub. We've always been wearing masks and gloves for the whole time, and maybe we're just going to continue this way. It's not going to hurt, and maybe it will help. I think that's really the objective here, to do our best to keep ourselves and our colleagues safe.
Well, I think, Nancy, you've got the last word on that, and we'll turn to parting shots after this break.